Hello again, Honky Tonks, and welcome to another episode of What Fresh Lunacy Is This? Today we're diving into the glorious dumpster fire that is British politics. That's all I do on here. Where the Reform Party, Nigel Farage's merry band of Brexit warriors has decided to eat itself alive in a spectacular public meltdown. And at the centre of this circus, none other than Rupert Lowe, MP for Greater Yarmouth, who's now staring down the barrel of charges by the police for allegedly threatening to give the party chairman, Zia Youssef, a good old-fashioned knuckle sandwich, or, something like that. Now, let's get this straight. Rupert Lowe, a 67-year-old bloke with a clean record, never so much as a parking ticket in his life, mind you. He's been accused of making threats of physical violence against Youssef. Not once, but twice, according to Reform's top brass. The Met Police, however, never wants to miss a chance to wade into a political spat, have handed a file to the Crown Prosecution Service, who are now twiddling their thumbs, deciding whether to charge him. Oh, and as a little bonus, they've also seized Lowe's gun collection from his Cotswold farm, just in case he's planning to go full Rambo on the Reform HQ. Because nothing says dangerous criminal like a pensioner with a few legally owned shotguns, right? Now, here's where it gets juicy. Lowe says this is all a load of cobblers, a malicious smear, he says, cooked up because he dared to bruise the delicate ego of one Nigel Farage. You see, Lowe had the audacity to give an interview to the Daily Mail, oh the horror, where he called Farage's leadership style messianic and suggested Reform needed to grow up from being a protest party led by the Messiah. Ouch. That's the kind of burn that sends you straight to the ice bath. And what do you know, just days later, Reform get rid of him. Well, they suspended him. Youssef and Chief Whip Lee Anderson cry foul to the coppers, and suddenly Lowe's being painted as the love child of Tony Soprano and Genghis Khan. Coincidence? Pull the other one, mate. It's got bells on. Now let's talk about these so-called threats, according to Youssef. Lowe was throwing around verbal haymakers between December 2024 and February this year. One particular colourful claim floating around X, take it with a pinch of salt, mind you, says Lowe threatened to slit Youssef's, the bit between his chest and his head. Really? I mean, come on. This is Great Yarmouth, not Game of Thrones. Lowe's response? He admits to a robust debate with Youssef back in December, but says it was just two blokes having a spirited chinwag, not a prelude to a cage match. No fists, no knives, no Tarantino-style showdown, just words. And yet, here we are, with the Met treating it like Lowe's plotting to storm Parliament with a pitchfork. Now, Reform's not just accusing Lowe of threatening Youssef. No, they've got a whole laundry list here. They claim he's been bullying two female staffers because apparently he's not just a thug, he's a workplace tyrant. Their words, not mine. And making derogatory and discriminatory remarks about women. There's even a whisper about him mocking a perceived disability. Serious stuff, if true, but Lowe shouting from the rooftops that it's all fabricated. A political hit job to silence him for questioning Farage's divine right to rule. And you know what? I'm inclined to raise an eyebrow. When a party's in a deepening civil war, their words not mine, and the timing of these allegations stinks worse than Carol Vorderman's knicker-drawer, you've got to wonder who's playing who. Now, Reform's own investigation into this, led by some King's Counsel, found credible evidence of harassment by Lowe and his team, but Lowe's camp fired back, saying the whole thing was about as independent as a fox guarding the henhouse, tainted by Reform's influence. Meanwhile, parliamentary authorities are sniffing around and Lowe's being kicked out of the party, left to sit as an independent MP while Farage and Youssef sip tea and pat themselves on the back. It's like watching a soap opera, except instead of affairs and secret twins, it's all about who said what and whose ego got dented. Now, let's step back and look at the bigger picture here, because this isn't just about Rupert Lowe and Zia Youssef having a playground scrap. This is about a party that's supposed to be the great hope for Brexit Britain. You know, the ones that completely wiped the floor with the top three parties in the local elections recently. The ones waving the flag for free speech and sticking it to the establishment. They are imploding basically over hurt feelings and police reports. Free speech, eh? Well, apparently that only applies until you say something Nigel doesn't like, and then it's straight to the nick with you. And don't get me started on the irony of Youssef, who's all about high standards in public life, running to the police over a heated argument. Whatever happened to sorting things out like adults? A pint, a handshake, and a promise not to be a prat the next time, but no. We've got to weaponise the law to settle scores because that's the British way now, isn't it? And let's not ignore the elephant in the room either. Elon Musk, yes, the world's richest man, I think. Is he? Let me know in the comments. Who has been lurking in the background, stirring the pot. Back in January, if you remember, he took a swipe at Farage on X, saying reform needed a new leader and praising Lowe as someone who makes a lot of sense. Suddenly, Lowe's not just an MP, he's Musk's golden boy and chosen one to lead reform into the promised land, or maybe start a new party altogether, if the rumours are true. No wonder Farage and Yusuf are twitching. Nothing says threat to the throne like a billionaire with a keyboard and a grudge. So where does this leave us? Well, Rupert Lowe is facing the prospect of charges for words he says he didn't mean. His guns are in a police lockup and his political career is hanging on a thread. Reform UK, the party that was supposed to shake up Westminster, is too busy airing its dirty laundry while the establishment laughs into its champagne. And the rest of us? We're left wondering when politics stopped being about ideas and started being about who can scream victim the loudest. But here's my take on it. For what it's worth, if Lowe's guilty, throw the book at him. Threats of bullying have no place in politics or anywhere else. But if this is just a stitch-up to kneecap a bloke who dared to speak out, then shame on reform. Shame on Yusuf, and shame on anyone who thinks silencing dissent with a police badge is a victory. Either way, this whole saga is a depressing reminder that even the rebels, the ones who promised to drain the swamp, end up knee-deep in the same old mud. So yeah, the reform civil war is about to go nuclear, I reckon, if these charges do go ahead. And if Rupert Lowe does go down, then he's going to take a few of them down with him. What do you reckon? Let me know in the comments if you're as fed up with his nonsense as I am. Or maybe share this video and let's keep calling out the clowns running the circus. And that's that. Until the next time, Roger Trout.